I mean, this is a perfect quote. Like, this is really true. If you look at it like a very sufficiently large glob for a shell, like if you're doing bash or something, or obviously this example, regular expressions, you look at a very large regex, you can have one line of regular expression and it's like incomprehensible. This is why I'm a big fan of commenting your code. Like, I don't care if you have one big line of regex, that's great. Have, 10 lines, have like a paragraph where you explain what it does, what you're trying to accomplish, and what it should look like. Make tests around it. Like, I'm totally fine with that. This goes into like just a deeper thing when it comes to coding in general. I see this with a lot of people that are starting out programming or they're learning a new language. They learn like a very idiomatic way of doing something for the language, so much so that it doesn't look like anything else. That's great if you can't express it any other way, or it makes sense, or people in the language know it. But there are some times where people do these, like, you see it in JavaScript, you see it in Python, where they have these ridiculous one-liners, and even someone who writes this for a living will have to sit there and break down what it is. And that's not good. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's my opinion on this. This is not good. Like, if you have one really incomprehensible long line of code that could be broken into like 5 or 6 easy to consume lines of code, break it into those 5 or 6 lines of code. Like, people are always like, the code should be self-documenting. Like, I don't agree with that in spirit, but like, I'm okay if you can take one line of hard to understand code and turn it into like 6 lines of very easy to follow the flow. It very cleanly expresses what you want. If you have to do that one line of code, like a large regex or something, I'm totally fine with that. Comment it. Just comment it. Just explain what it does. I don't want to have to sit there and look at your JavaScript line that calls index of and then puts an exclamation mark in front of it because we're going to treat it like a truthy value when it returns a number because we're looking for 0, which will be false, but then we'll negate it. I don't want to think about that. I want to say, hey, I want to comment that says, make sure the first letter of this isn't X or unset. I want that. I want that. Talk to the programmer through your comments. Talk to the computer through your code. And if you can make the code easy to understand by your programmer, even better. That's kind of my just general advice for this, but I love this quote. It's perfect.